video that I just plan on putting music to. So I guess I'll start up the chatterbox now, because I got plenty of Aspen with music to it. I hope I can remember how to do that. Boy, it's just like it's plugged in. It's just so bright. I am definitely relying on a map, because I never been anywhere in this area. So this is really an adventure. Just the kind I like. I should have told somebody where I was going, but I never know until I get there. And I figured with it being hunting season, even if something did happen, I got food, clothes, shelter. I'm set as far as, you know, being broke down out here goes. I might even have phone reception, or somebody might. I don't know who I'd call, but oh man, this is nice. Just nice. Okay, this is 314, 315. Well, almost bit off more than I can chew. If I had the tow buggy, I'm sure it would make it. But I came up this and managed to get myself turned back around. And I just asking a little too much of Rusty at this point. And I don't want to get myself in trouble back here. I'm having way too much fun. I should have, and I'm going to have to start training myself to do this. When I come to a rough stretch, I need to walk it and see how far it goes. And this one just looks like it got worse the farther I got up, so let's get stuck together. Let's see. It's just a little bit of water. Hell, other people have done it. There you go. See? Sometimes you just gotta depend on luck. I rely a lot on luck. Oh man. Like I say, I've never been back here. Oh crap. That's why we got all the bars and shit we got on here. Hey, we made it. Dang. Oh, Rusty's doing a lot better than I thought. I'm such a dumbass for being back here by myself, but it's gonna be crummy this weekend, and I didn't want to miss out. I think the reason we're doing so good is we're not near as high up as we were at that other fishing like we did a few videos back, the hill climb. Nice. Haha. Okay. The only advantage with the tub buggy is you get lighter vehicle, and of course that one's got a big engine and lower gears in the transmission, so yeah, I guess you get more than that. And I have more experience driving that one, so this is the learning curve to see what Rusty can do. And so far I'm pretty happy. I think about 20 more horsepower would do it. Never satisfied. These little lumps in the road, they're put there intentionally. They're called water bars. And it's just for when you have a downpour of rain, it doesn't rut out the road and create a river washout that is in an unnatural spot. So they just provide them every so often, so you don't have such huge amounts of water building up. The old flood condition thing. And I don't understand where all this fine dirt comes from. Do they actually... I'd like to see how they build a road. Obviously they've done some logging up here, and I don't understand how all that works. You know, you get a bulldozer, you make a road, you bring in road based so that you have a good road, the big trucks can get in here, and you bring your logging operation back here, and then you pull out everything and leave the road. That's kind of cool. Want to go check out that old foundation? Let's do. Somebody obviously had a log cabin here in the past. I love exploring. So they probably had a base camp up here. Back in the day, when the railroad was being built, they used to cut timber up here in the mountains, and they'd bring it down there on the plains for railroad ties. And this really doesn't look that old to me, but nice little shelter. Make a great little hunting spot. Got a wind block. Throw a tarp over the top of this thing. This is sweet. Got these things die and just fall over. Make a nice little lodge pole for a tarp. Wouldn't take much to put that up there. But all this stuff is logged off. Nice. I don't know if you can hear the wind in the trees. This is what hunters really like. I mean, it's not just about bringing home meat for the fridge, you know. That's nice too, but it's also being out here in nature, listening. It's a long day if you don't have a gun or a bow or whatever, but you get the exposure because you have to sit still and be quiet or move carefully and listen, look, and you hear nature. It's just part of the hunt, and it's like a conscious meditation that you just keep coming back for. It ain't about bringing home the meat. We haven't really gone on any really gnarly stuff. I'm not comfortable with that yet. But I can feel the shocks. You know, they don't, standard street shocks will not put up with this constant bouncing. They'll heat up and the fluid gets thinner and they just seem to go away. Gives you a nice ride, but then you have the risk of bottoming out, and it's when you bottom out and hit stuff that you hurt stuff, bend and break stuff. But we're not in a race, and that's a big difference right there. Another reason I'll have the Baja, keeps the weather off you. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with the engine compartment though, because I'm not gonna stop just because it's winter. This thing's gonna be in operation year round. At least that's my plan now. Yeah, you could probably come up here in a car. Truthfully, you know, don't need no Baja, don't need no Jeep. You could probably come up here in an average daily driver. Boy, with all the rain, everything sure is brown. That's probably from during the summer. It probably just died and there was no amount of rain that would bring it back. We've had a lot of drought. No signs, so that's probably just goes back to a place to camp. Now I'm gonna remember that, because we're not that far away. And we're not that high up in the mountains. There's no water though. I like to be able to fish or have a lake to kayak on. We're gonna build us a kayak rack as well. We may even start on that this weekend. That's a lot of water going into that meadow. I bet you there's some critters hanging around here. Look at all that water. That would be perfect for a moose. And now you can see, just looking in the dirt there. There's hoof prints. Yep, they come down here for a drink. This would be a great spot. Get up there in a tree, back in those trees right there, and just wait. In the evening, they come down for a drink. They probably come out here and play in the dark. Deer love to do that in the moonlight and stuff. I'll be surprised if very many people make it to the end of this video. If you love Aspen, if you love fall, if you love where I live, you might like it, but let me see if I can slowly zoom in on that other mountain over there. You can just see those aspen are just sort of, oh, trying not to do that to you. There we go. Another great spot to camp. This is, to me, this is where I gotta camp. I don't want to camp in a campground with people side by side. This meadow to yourself. Now, if someone was already here, I would respect the fact and I'd give them the whole meadow and I'd go on to the next one. But that's the idea of getting off early. And you know, come up here with some friends, 3 or 4 of your close friends, people that you know. Got some marshmallows and what is it, those s'mores, graham crackers, marshmallow, and Hershey bar. Oh boy, middle of the night over a nice fire. Isn't that something your kids will remember the rest of their lives? and they'll be doing it over and over. Anyhow, let's keep moving on down the road. I got, like I said, I got video. I'm doing both ways. I'm doing this part. Scars on these aspen trees. That's the elk and deer, mostly elk, I think, chewing on them. It kills the tree. And when you get up in Rocky Mountain National Park, you'll see these huge aspen groves fenced off, and it looks totally unnatural, but they have to do it because they've got so many animals in the park, and they'll just kill the tree. It'll keep growing, but eventually it just kills it and falls down. See how you see full trees and then you see these that are all scarred up. It can take a little bit of that, but not much. When the snow comes in and it gets cold, all this grass, you know, they'll paw into the grass a little bit, but they'll go for that bark and that stuff right under the bark. What, doesn't that look like cut lumber almost? Huh. Maybe they had a sawmill operation someplace up here. Just not knowing and exploring. It's so exciting. That's what I love to travel. I could be a world traveler. EZGZ on the road. Taking the back roads. I'm going upstream. I saw some water there. Maybe we'll do a little fishing. What do you say? Should we try our luck? I can't resist. Oh, there was one that just surfaced. Oh baby, let's go get him. Using killer Panther Martin, gold spoon, red stripes, black cone, 3 red dots. I did get a hit, but let's check out over here, see how we do. And this water's moving a little bit. I don't know if I can get down there. impressed with the Cabela swivels. I got some smaller ones than I was using up there on that mountain river, and darn things, they look like swivels, but they don't tangle. They don't turn as easy as they should. I don't know how to, you just can't get that good stuff. It's just cheap, mass-produced junk. Looks like the right stuff, but just like Volkswagen parts, looks like it'll fit, but you go to get it home, you go to bolt it on, and what happens? It just don't line up just off a little bit. Oh well. Pretty weedy. Pretty weedy. But I don't care. Maybe I'll have a candy bar. Should have had my sunglasses on too. This is what you do in the middle of the day when you're come up to a place like this to hunt. And then you look at these ridge tops and you see a big antlered buck just watching you. I don't know what movie it was, but the Indian said, "It's a good day to die." You know, beautiful day. Wouldn't you like to pass on while you're experiencing something that you love and you're happy? Kind of a morbid thought, but I'll tell you, you hit that 60 mark, and I'm well beyond that, your whole mind changes. You start getting some aches and pains, but you don't stay home just because of that. You start living life like you should have the whole time. Cram as much fun as you can into every minute you can. EZGZ out.